Alrighty guys, I was actually halfway through this process and I thought, you know what, this would be a good video to showcase. So I'm gonna show you guys what I do to get ready for a dyno tune. So pretty much my checklist or pre-checklist to make sure that, you know, this car will have its best fighting chance at making the most power possible. Alright, so as I was saying, this is what, you know, I check and change if it needs to be changed and whatnot. So first things first, what you do want to change is your oil. We are going to be running VR1 racing oil, Valvoline, 20W50 weight. This is probably the best oil you can buy for the money. It's like $6 a quart. Sometimes it goes on sale for like $4.90. That's when I usually buy a bunch. So we got 5 quarts here of that good stuff. We got our, you know, oil filter that we're going to be changing. Something you should check is your spark plug wires. Mine have been on the car for about like 4 years. These are your NGK, really good wires, but as you can see, they're showing their age. Still work properly. I've never had any problems with these, but I figured, you know, it's time to change these. These have been, they have done their job, so it's time to upgrade to some thicker and better wires. These are MSD high conductor wires, 8.5 millimeter thick, and they're actually for the 2G. Like, as you can see, these are a bit long. They wrap and everything because this is actually for a 1G. I found out that 1G NGK wires are cheaper than 2G. Didn't understand why. Since these are longer, you're using more material. Didn't make sense, but I got the 1G ones. But now I finally went to 2G wires, so those should be good. Another thing you should check and change if needed is spark plugs. I run NGK BPR7ES. These are going to be gapped to 20 thousandths. That's a small gap because it's for 85 purposes. So that's that. Also, we're going to be replacing some of my vacuum lines. Some of the lines look pretty cruddy. Like this guy. This guy's got to go. It's not broken or anything, but it's just not as thick and good quality as this one. So we're changing that out and any other places I might need. So I got 2 feet of that. And secondly, we got my injectors clean and flow tested, so these are running tip-top shape. We also got new seals for them, so we're going to be installing those. And fun fact is the person who cleaned these, he's actually labeled them for me. You probably can't see it because it's a Sharpie, but he has them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. I can count. Anyways, why he did that is because he said that the injectors will not flow identical to each other. They'll come within a variance to each other. And he says he usually, and which makes sense now that he explained it to me, he puts the best flowing injector furthest away from the fuel rail, so from the feed. So in our instance, it would be right here. So he would want, you know, the least, or the injector that flows the least amount compared to all the others. He would want that first because it's getting a fuel first, and he would want the best one at the end of the fuel rail, which would be right here. So, you know, it's not getting as much fuel as the others, but it's flowing best. So, you know, you're trying to compensate for that less flow and more flow that these injectors have. So he's labeled them for me, where he wants them to go, you know, in cylinder 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll follow that order, and that'll be it. Oh no, last but probably most important is a boost leak tester. This one I have the wrong coupler, so I need to go find that. But yeah, boost leaks are horsepower gremlins that they will rob horsepower from you if you have a bunch of leaks. So that's probably one thing you want to triple and double check, because, you know, the least amount of boost leaks, the more horsepower you make. So that's all we got here. I'm gonna go ahead and install the injectors first, and then we can go ahead and install the spark plugs, gap them properly. and then install the new wires, and then change the oil, and then do a boost leak. So let's get to it. Alrighty. Ow, just hit my head. But injectors are in. Everything is torqued down. Spark plugs are out. Spark plug wires are put to the side. I still have them there so I can know, you know, what goes where. Yeah, besides that, I now have the old spark plugs out. As you can see, they've seen better days, but boy, oh boy, did they burn the good. Tune on point. So all we gotta do now is get the new ones out, gap them appropriately, and then reinstall them. And I think I have my gapping tool somewhere around here. Let me go find it. Alright, all my new plugs have been gapped appropriately. Little gapping tool, 20,000, so pretty much crush that little top thingy. I'm not sure what the exact component is. Some people, there's a special tool for this. It's pretty nice, but I went ghetto. You can hit it against the floor, crush it. That's obviously too much, but you get the point, and then you gap it per se on this little gapping tool. So it's just gotta like barely touch, and 20 thousandths was right at the very end, so pretty much I gapped it to the very end. Anyways, now let's go ahead and reinstall the new ones to, I believe the box says 14 foot-pounds. Yeah, and we can move on to the spark plug wires. Alrighty, spark plugs are in. I am now doing the spark plugs wires. As you can see, these MSD wires are quite thicker than the NGK ones I originally had. I'm doing one at a time so I don't lose the firing order. Kind of easier for me, you know, to keep track of these guys that way. But yeah, just got to do one more wire and we should be done with all the engine installs. The rest is just changing the oil, vacuum line, and then boost leak test. After that, we should be good to go. And the saga continues draining the oil now. Throw it away. And then after that, oil filter, and then new oil. And the last quart of oil is in. 4 quarts is what I usually put in, and I keep a 5th after I turn it on just to make sure it needs more. So 4 quarts are in. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the car now, check the dipstick, and then add however much more I need. Alright, now for the boost leak portion of this, we have the boost leak tester set up to our tank. And as you can probably hear, I have a huge boost leak right here. So pretty much boost leak is all about hunting down air leaks and shutting them closed. So where's the water? This is the loser car that made more power than me. Oh, it's right here behind me. Okay. First things first, I know I have one right here, and it's very apparent. It's so big, it's not even making bubbles, it's just spitting out air. So let's take care of that one first. So we fixed about 3 boost leaks. Now we're just recharging the compressor, and we're gonna go back at it again. We're going off my boost gauge right here on when we adjust the regulator. Make sure when you're doing this that you actually have a regulator on your compressor, so you're not, you know, when you're giving the car air, you're not going the full 160 psi that the compressor has inside. you want to regulate it, because if you do that, you're more than likely going to blow out some seals, and that's just going to be more problems. So we have it set to about 30, but we're just releasing air into the system really slowly. So right now it's charging. We'll start releasing air in a little bit.
Back up?
Yeah, we're at 10 psi.
Wait, go for more?
Yeah.
Is it back up?
No, like go up, I mean. So 10. Keep going. 15. Keep going. 20. All right, hold it right there. See if we can find any at 20. Oh, well, we can't hear it with that going on.
What?
We can't hear it with the compressor going on, but anyways, we had one right here. It's not here anymore, which is good. We had one right here. Not there anymore. But I hear one up here now. Is that just the freaking thing down there? Yeah, we got one right there. Is that the only one though? Well, let's go ahead and tackle this one now. Alright. That is no longer leaking. We got a new gasket made. We're all good there, but now we got leaks here. So we're gonna reclamp these. I checked the ear here. Everything's good there. Blow off valve, everything's good there. And then this side's all clean as well, so pretty much the only thing left to check is that guy. And we should be good. Alright, so now that you got your boost leak test all said and done, next thing that I go through is you want to make sure that all of these bolts are torqued down and haven't backed out from, you know, vibration or just usage of the car. For the turbo to manifold bolts, these are 40 to 45 foot-pounds, so we'll double check those. And the turbo or manifold to head, I believe, are somewhere around 18 to 20. These are really hard to get a torque wrench and a socket on, so I go buy a wrench and I just wait till my hand clicks, and that's pretty much what I do for that. But these I definitely check with a torque wrench. And you also want to check the hot side O2 housing, and then O2 housing to downpipe. Not as important as these two up here, but definitely something to look after. So let's go ahead and set the torque wrench and double check these. Alright, so I got it set to 45. Let's see if we backed out at all. Oh, a little bit. There you go. 45. Let's get the different socket for this guy. See where this guy's at. No, I was a little backed out. There it is, 45. Now for the rear. Make sure this one's okay. Ow! That was my foot. Let's see, I can't get that one. There you go. There you go. And the last one is that guy, but I can't get that one with the torque wrench. I'm gonna have to use just a regular wrench. And just, you know, tighten it as much as you can without stripping the bolt, because then that would be bad news. And I think that's pretty much as far as I'm gonna get with that guy. Okay. Next, turbo or manifold to head bolts. Just want to double check them. These are all pretty tight, but I'm just giving them, you know, a little extra nudge. Want to make sure you're not stripping them because these are on aluminum head, so you definitely don't want to over torque these. And that's it. So we are pretty much dyno ready. We got fluids checked, got boost leak checked, spark plugs checked, spark plug wires checked, oil changed, exhaust leaks fixed and checked. Pretty much that's it for me. All we gotta do is just pray to your gods that this doesn't blow up and we make good numbers. So let's see what the dyno has in store for us, guys. So I'll catch you on the next video. Have a good one and I keep on boosting.